After her first run became a success, and as 1992 rolled in, she's been featured in many magazines that covered her first ever excursion run. Off topic for a bit, but I actually have one of the magazines that covers her story, and I'll tell you, it might be the best one. I got it from the order of eBay if you're wondering with the help of one of my members, but back to the topic. From August to September of 1992, the 3751 was tasked to hold the ATSF Employee Appreciation Special from Los Angeles to Chicago, Illinois. Yep, her second excursion is a long one and still the longest run she ever did during her excursion career. 3 diesel locomotives accompanied the Northern. This was C40-AWs 844, 842, and 840. But 842 was taken off the train, leaving just the 2 dash 8s to help the Northern during the return trip. She spent 18 days during the run, including the return trip. At the same time, she attended the Topeka Railroad Days in Kansas and met with Union Pacific 4664 Challenger 3985. A few years later in 95, the Northern was displayed at the Riverside Sunkist Orange Blossom Festival in Riverside, California. In 1996, Santa Fe merged with the Burlington Northern to create Burlington Northern Santa Fe, or BNSF. Luckily, the 3751 would retain her original number and her real identity. I mean, it would be weird to see a newly formed railroad passing a new number and a new name onto a preserved locomotive. Am I right? In June of 1999, the 3751 traveled from Los Angeles to Sacramento under the new ownership of BNSF. She was paired up with a newly built Dash 9 and a mixed train, 9 boxcars like the 8, and 2 coaches. She passed through the cities of San Bernardino, Boston, Bakersfield, and Stockton, California. The reason for this is to attend Railfair 99 in the California State Railroad Museum. But something felt different. When people started filming the locomotive, instead of her whistle sounding like an actual ATSF 5-chime whistle, it was changed to a 6-chime that was donated to the SBL by a volunteer in the mid-90s. But don't worry, her original whistle is still owned by the society. Referring back to the 1995 Sunkist Orange Blossom Festival where she participated, her original whistle was replaced with a 6-chime whistle during the festival. The reason for this is unknown. Going back to Railfair 99, she wasn't alone as some visiting steam stalls and the museum's own locomotives also participated in Railfair 99. Some of the entries are Challengers 3985 again, 2 more Northerns, Southern Pacific GS4 4449 and Union Pacific FFT 844, which was 8444 at the time, Southern Pacific PA 462 2467, Southern Pacific E9 6051, Union Pacific SC60M 6268, and many more. But 1999 would see her back in revenue service as she was housed on freight trains and even a intermodal train without any diesel assistance. The 21st century rolled in as 2000 started. In October 2000, the 3751 was added to the National Register of Historic Places, like the mentioned 3759. She was added to the NLHP on May 14, 1986. In 2001, the locomotive was featured in the movie Pearl Harbor, along with Southern Pacific T-31 46010 with 2053, and also the Fullerton Railroad Days. In August of 2002, 3751 participated in the NRHS convention. How? She took an after excursion to the Grand Canyon Railway, where she met former Chicago President Quincy 01832 McCardle 4960 and former Lake Superior Instrument SC4 20 Consolidation 18. During her visit, she would haul 5 of the GCLY's own Pullman coaches for a helper with the requested Goodhart Productions, double-headed with 4960, and later triple-headed when 18 joined in, and even did a night photo shoot. She would leave Arizona when the convention ended. On June 12, 2004, the engine would steam through to the restored San Bernardino Station celebration and return back to LA the next day. In 2005, the locomotive will participate in the APTA Community Rail Conference on April 3rd, the Fullerton Railroad Days, and the Santa Fe Historical and Modern Society Annual Convention. In 2007 of May, she participated in another Fullerton Railroad Days in Orange County. She was also to be put on display and was the leader for a special movement along the Beanstalk San Bernardino subdivision. In June 2008, the 3751 was tasked to hold an excursion down south to San Diego for the first time since 1953. She then down the line from the cities to the coastline of California and eventually arrived at San Diego in a long time. But during the return trip, she suffered a backsplash at her firebox, but luckily she didn't blow up. She would hold the American Association of Private Railroad Car Owners, or the AAPRCO, San Diegan excursion to San Diego again in September. In 2009, the 3741 was invited by Amtrak for display at Los Angeles Union Station for National Train Day. From May 1st to 2nd of 2010, she would take a third excursion to San Diego once again. A year later, she would participate in National Train Day again at LAUPT. In 2011, there were plans for the Northern to travel to the Midwest again, this time to Rock Island, Illinois, to take part in the 2011 Train Festival in July. The miles between Los Angeles and Rock Island is said to be around 5,000 miles, it will take 17 days. But her rebel successor, BNSF, canned this idea due to the increased freight traffic and making it a bit more complicated than usual. But she still ran a couple excursions in the LA area. In April 2012, the locomotive took an excursion to San Bernardino again and participated in National Train Day in May of 2012. The locomotive was displayed at Union Station where it met some locomotives like 66 and 406. 2 days later, on May 14, 2012, the locomotive took a 6-day excursion to the Grand Canyon Railway again, this time to take part of Arizona's 450th centennial. P-4266 became the first heritage unit to be paired up with a steam locomotive, and P-40-809 became the first P-40 to be paired up with a steam engine. Fun fact, these three locomotives became the first ones I've seen on YouTube. Going back to the topic, once we arrived at the DCRY, the 3751 and 4960 doubleheaded again after 10 years, with 66 following along. It's unknown why 809 wasn't part of the run to the South Rim. I suspect it stayed inside the GCRY shops, but again, no particular reason. The three locomotives will leave Williams, Arizona on May 18th and return back to California on May 20th. From 2013 to 2014, the locomotive ran 2 more excursions to San Bernardino again. Then from 2015 to 2017, the locomotive returned to 43 railroad days. 2017 would be her last appearance, as a 1472 date inspection was federally required, which is equivalent to around 3 to 4 years, but was extended to 5 years due to, In 2022, she was beamed up after her inspection and participated in Amtrak's track safety community event at the Fullerton Transportation Center with new PTC, or Positive Train Control. After hitting the main line again, she's been attending events in LA Union Station, and the notable one in 2023, she met a Brazil Santa Fe locomotive, SC45-2 number 5704. She was transported from Kansas City, Missouri, all the way to Los Angeles, California on an intermodal train, and most of you all know, 5704 was one of 5 SC45-2s to be painted in the bicentennial paint scheme in honor of America's 200th birthday in 1976. Today, the 3751 is in operational condition and mostly attending events within the station area. But however, the San Bernardino Railroad Historical Society has been raising funds to fully install positive train control so she can lead excursions on the main line since 2014. She became the 4th locomotive to have PTC. The other 3 are Union Pacific 4884 Big Boy 2014, the sister engine 2926, and the Empress of North America, Canadian Pacific Kansas City East 1B 464 Hudson, number 2816. Speaking of 2926, she is one of 9 orders to be preserved. The other 8 are 3759, 3768, 2903, 2912, 2913, 2921, 2925, and 2926. 2926 and 3751 are the only 2 operational Northerns, but both of them are still waiting for installations of partial train control so they can lead excursions on the main line. For now, We just wait for the Northern to have full PTC. You can actually help them by heading to the official site at sblaccess.org. The asking price is approximately $150,000 to $190,000 and needing your donations to make this possible. But there's something we can agree on. She is California's dreams. Hello there! You thought this is the end? Ha! Think again. I'm making a music video dedicating to the first Northern I saw. But to make sure I'm not going to get attacked by copyrights, I'll be using AI music to decrease the risk using the app Suno. Credit to Gotcha Central Railway for this inspiration, especially her AI music videos on New York Central LGA 482 Mohawk 3001 and Canadian Pacific H1B 464 Hudson 2016. Check out her channel, she makes good content. But until now, stay tuned for that music video. Now this is the end, so goodbye!